I'm Amber Mack. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be sharing my interview series with Charles Deland from C.D. Howe Institute. Together, we demystify Canada's 2030 emissions reduction plan and share what it means to all of us as Canadians. But first, let's talk ERP basics. What is it and how does it work? The 2030 emissions reduction plan is a roadmap from the federal government for Canada to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions. Introduced in 2022, it's really a plan to have a plan. The ERP is a sector-by-sector outline for Canada to reach its emissions reduction target of 40% below 2005 levels by 2030 and net zero emissions by 2050. And sectors that are part of the effort include transportation, oil and gas, buildings, and more. But how does this affect everyday Canadians? If you're curious about how much the residential sector contributes to emissions, here's a quick fact. Residential buildings make up approximately 6% of Canada's greenhouse gas emissions. This is a big chunk of the building sector's total, which accounted for 13% of national emissions in 2020. The C.D. Howe Institute also found that to reach our net zero goals by 2050, Canada needs to retrofit more than 400,000 homes annually. Meeting 2030 targets requires even more aggressive action, more than 500,000 retrofits per year. To put this number into perspective, to meet the federal government's 2030 targets, the number of retrofits needed each year alone is more than the entire housing stock of Saskatchewan. To tackle goals like this, we need to rethink the ERP. Within Canada, there are vast regional disparities across the country. For example, in some provinces, there are strong government incentives to install new energy-saving and money-saving technologies, such as heat pumps. In other provinces, these retrofitting costs are still too big of a jump for the average Canadian. Most importantly, within this series, we will address why this plan needs to be fluid and flexible. In my keynote speeches, this is something I call relentless adaptation. As the world changes quickly and chaotically, such as President Trump's proposed tariff threats and new technologies and innovations all the time, the ERP will need ongoing adjustments to best serve our economy and Canadians. If this quick ERP primer helped you understand more about Canada's goals for 2030, please tune into our series over the next couple of weeks. Plus, check out cdhowe.org to learn more about their work.